Hello boys and girls. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a basket out of just these materials. So you'll need some tape. I have masking tape, but any tape will do. You need one sheet of paper. I'm using brown construction paper, but you could use plain white paper if you'd like. I also am going to need scissors, some sort of something to write with, and something to color with. I'm going to do everything in black, but if you wanted to use more than one color, that's fine. And then you're also going to need a large book. This is just one I had in my classroom. So what we're going to do first with our paper is we're going to use our book kind of like a straight edge to help us make some straight cuts in our paper. So the first thing we want to do is cut just a little strip off the long part of the paper. So not the short side. We want to take a strip out the long side. And this is going to end up being the handle of our basket. So I'm going to line it up until I have about 1 or 2 fingers worth of paper hanging on the edge. And then I'm going to use the side of the book to draw a straight line. Now my book wasn't quite long enough to do the whole length of my paper, but that will still work. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut that piece off, and I'm going to need it later, so I'll set it aside. Okay, so there we go. Trimmed it off, set it aside for later. Now what I need to do is fold my paper both ways. So I'm going to start folding it in half. I'm going to line up the edges till they're nice and even. Press, press, up and down. Then I'm going to keep it folded, and this time I'm going to fold it down the other way. Line up the edges, pinch, press, press. Now I have a smaller square. Now this next part's pretty important, so we need to make sure that we find the correct side of our paper. We need to find the corner that has all 4 corners that are separate. See, this is the corner we want. And then just so you understand the difference, see how these corners, they're not all separate. They're kind of poked together. This corner is the corner that's all folded. And then this corner doesn't have the separate flaps either. We want to find the corner that has all 4 separate flaps. That's the corner we're going to cut a little square out of. Now this is where we're going to grab our book again. And to help me cut a square, I'm going to put the book over the corner and cover up one part of the corner, and I'm going to draw a line up and over. So then I have kind of a square or a rectangle. Then this is where it might be a little bit tough. I want you to cut out all 4 pieces at the same time. So if you make that cut, oh my goodness. Then it took a little bit off all 4 pieces. Now these are going to be trash, so you can throw them in the recycle. We don't need those. Now we'll open up our paper, and it kind of looks like a plus sign or a cross, like a really fat one, and it's got fold lines in it. Now we need to make a few more folds. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold in those corners or those edges. And we need to fold the top down. Perfect. Now, the next step would be to tape the edges up so we have a little basket. But if you want to flip it over and draw some designs on the back, you could do that now. You could draw any designs you want, but I'm going to show just kind of a crisscross pattern that makes it look like a woven basket. Perfect. Now I want my pretty designs to go on the outside of my basket, not the inside. So I'm going to make sure that that side's facing the table next. The next thing I'm going to need is my tape. And I'm going to need 4 small pieces of tape. What you're going to do is you're going to pinch these 2 corners together and add tape to the inside of your basket so it doesn't cover up your pretty designs. See that? Take another piece of tape and do it on the other corners. Okay. So now I have a little basket that sits up. Now my sides are the front and the back are a little bit taller than my sides. So I think I'm going to trim those off, but you don't have to. But if you want them to all be the same height, then go ahead and trim off any extra. So now I have kind of a flat basket. Now I'm going to take that strip that we cut off in the beginning. Remember how I said we're going to use it later for our handle? We're going to tape our handle on just like that to the inside, again, not to cover up. Our nice coloring on the outside. Tape it to the inside. Flip it over. One more piece of tape to the inside of my basket, not the outside. I don't want to cover up my designs. And voila, a basket. So one thing I might want to do if I was going to try and make this stronger is add another piece of tape to make sure my basket was extra secure. My handles were super strong on there. All right, let's see if that made it better. Oh, that feels so much stronger. Perfect. Now it can hold all my things. And you could put little toys in it. You could put, if you have any pretend food or real food, you could pop that in there. Maybe some flowers, pretend flowers. And just like Little Red, bringing her goodies to Grandma's. Have fun.